And it's good. Wiggins has got it all tied up now for Minnesota.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Now here's Cousins. He's got 8. Smith kicks to Cousins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
How about the night Cousins is having? He has 8 points and 1 assist.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for Cousins. Jones checked in for Minnesota. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Rubio. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Cousins throws it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it. And you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Jones checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Cousins. 9 points last game out. Batum with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. There's the dish to Smith. A step back shot here. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Jones. To the middle. Here's Wiggins. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Wiggins has got 8.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And they take the lead, and the Timberwolves lead by 2. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Screen by Jones. That's a 2 from Smith. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Wiggins drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wiggins has got 6 here in this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Jones. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Here's Smith, and then Cousins. The dunk.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
And with this quick break in play, let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from three-point range over the last 10 games. Second, Tyus Jones.
A lot of point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit for how well they shoot the basketball. So give this group their due. Some outstanding long-range shooters.
No doubt about it. And being as accurate from three-point land as these guys are, makes them that much more valuable as point guards. Opposing defenses have to worry about their passing and their shooting.
Cousins, it's off, but still a great shooting night. 6 of 8 from the field in the game. To the inside. Here's Pacciani. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. He's got 6.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
The pass to Cousins. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
So it's Minnesota now, after the Kings pick up 2. On the basket by Jones.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Kings trail by 4. No one near Smith as he lets it go. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 5 assists tonight for Minnesota. They've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Cunningham dishes it to Jones. Here's Pacciani. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Feeds it to Jones. He kicks it to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. Misses off the right iron.
But not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Dishes it to Jones. Takes the 3. Good work defensively by Smith. The Kings trailing. The 10-footer. The shot no good. Wiggins with some nice D.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
That's tipped. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Cousins with a screen on Jones. Smith drives in. Kicks it out to Jones. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Jones has got 5 points so far.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
And we'll see if anything's different this year, because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
And Greg, not what you'd expect when you look at the standings. I think this game is important to them to try and turn the tables here.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Levine can't hit.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
Now here's Muhammad. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Collison against Grant. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Collison. Outside Holiday. Inside. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Holiday. Johnson's got his second bucket. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Levine, and the layup is good. Levine's got 12.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
The Kings have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. He throw good, Darren Collison. Towns, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Collison hits them both. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Levine. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Now here's Collison. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Grant the pass to Towns, and Muhammad kicks to Levine. He feeds it to Muhammad. No good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Minnesota on top. They're up by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers. We got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial, Ricky. Thank you. Kevin?
Thanks so much, Doris. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. Minnesota came out looking very confident. Their lead at 1 point, and that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
And on the floor for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Jones is out there with Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. Smith hits them both. Timberwolves shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Batum with the steal. Oh, and here comes Smith. All along. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throw down there.
And guys, that's how you... Big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2